Good evening everyone and welcome to Sugar and Crumbs. My name's Tracey Mann from Tracey Mann Cakes. It's 6:30. I'm sorry, I've just realised I'm wearing one of the loudest aprons I could possibly find. I came down to my unit and this was the only one I could find. So I am wearing a flamingo apron this evening, not deliberately, but obviously to match my, I have to go that way backwards to match my display. I've lost the plot, I think. Yes, where am I? Let me get this down, take that down. So we're going to be doing a bauble Christmas cake tonight. I'm not alone. I have the lovely Kelly with me.
Hi.
And this is our last demonstration before Christmas. So Christmas is now rapidly approaching. So this is the last one on Sugar and Crumbs on this particular hub, the Nifty Nozzles. And then from January, I will be moving over to the Learning Hub, which I'm sure Carol has been talking to you all about anyway. And I know some of you have joined already onto the Learning Hub, and she's given you various offers. I must get my teeth in. Various offers anyway to join that. But for those of you that aren't joining the hub, I am still going to be live in various other places, and Kelly is going to put a link up when she's finished eating her dinner.
I'm just grabbing my water. Yeah, I got you.
Kelly is going to put a link up as to where you're going to be able to find me next year, which is a link to my website, which contains a list of live events. Because if I stand here and read all this out, you'll be very confused by the end of it, and so will I. So there is a list of live events that is on our website. Thank you, Kelly. She's just put the link up for you. So if you are not joining the hub, then you can have a look on there and you'll be able to see where you can find me next year. You will also be able to find me on the hub as well, which will be very nice, but I am changing my times down to 2 a month rather than 4, because I need some time to be able to record some classes, because I'm getting very behind with my online school and I've got lots of ideas going round and round in my head, and I really want to get those recorded now. So I am going down to 2 lives on the hub, starting in January, and then I will be doing 1 Facebook Live on my own channel, and then the other Facebook Lives that I do on Saturdays. But if anybody would like to know, the link is up there and you can go and have a look. I will remind you again at the end, so don't worry, we won't forget, but I'm not going to stand here and read all this out either. Will you keep an eye out for my mother this evening? So keep an eye out for my mum watching, because it's her birthday today. Happy birthday, Mum. I've seen her today. We've had lunch, so she knows I'm around her. I do apologise for my apron. It is rather loud, I'm afraid. But just for those of you that are watching anyway, and just so I can let you know, my first appearance on the hub next year, or my first live next year, is actually the 11th of January. So those of you that are already in the hub, then I will be on there on the 11th of January. And then I will be on one of my own channels on a Saturday, but my first Facebook Live on my own channel isn't until the 1st of February. But as I say, all the dates are on the event thing that Kelly's just put up there. Oh, you're very organised, Kelly, tonight. She's eating her dinner with one hand and doing links with the other. She's got too good at this now, haven't you? And the lovely Kelly will be with me as well. So Kelly's here this evening, which is very nice, isn't it? Haven't seen you all day, so we've passed each other on the stairs several times, and that's about it today, isn't it? So we have to catch up while we're going. So yeah. So we're going to be doing a bauble cake this evening with a Christmas tree on top. It's actually a present for somebody, so we've got to do it properly, Kelly.
Santa scene on top.
No, I've changed it to Christmas tree. Yeah, no, I didn't tell you. No. I've changed it to Christmas tree. We're going to do the Christmas tree on top, and we're going to make some baubles out of transfer sheets and put some sprinkles on and various other bits and pieces. So that's what we're going to do. Yeah, I know, I changed my mind. I know, I didn't tell you. I haven't told you what colour I'm doing this cake yet either. I know, I've just decided for you, you see. So we're going to cover a cake as well. We've already got it covered, and we're going to use some of the Wonder Dust to change the colour of the cake as well, which we've done before, but we're just going to create another Christmas design. So that's basically what we will be doing. So we'll be here, what time is it now? 6:30. We'll be here for an hour and a half, something along those lines, and we'll start getting everything done. Right, I'm just moving things out of the way because I will set it up beautifully and then realise I've got all the wrong stuff under the wrong camera, so let's just move that out of the way. So we're going to be tempering chocolate. There we go. Oh, that camera's not very clear. What have I done there? Probably pressed the wrong button. No, me. Let me go. Oh no, that's better. There we go. Right, so we're going to be using Calabao, and we're going to pop some Calabao chocolate into this plastic bowl. There we go. Don't know how much we're going to need, but any spare obviously will end up in the direction of Kelly.
That's fine. I haven't had any chocolate all day. Yeah, that's a lie. I had 2 advent calendars.
So that's fine. So she will be okay with that. You don't mind, do you, Kel?
Mm-mm.
Right, so we're going to put this in the microwave. We're going to temper it. Now, before I start that process, I'm going to just explain that we're using transfer sheets tonight. So those of you who have not seen transfer sheets before, I think pretty much everybody has by now because I'm always talking about them. So we're using 2 different ones tonight. This one is called White Reindeers. Okay, so that's that one. And then we've got another one here called Snowflake. Oops, there we go. And these are printed sheets. This is cocoa butter. These are acetate sheets, and one side will feel smooth, the other side will feel rough, and it's the rough side we're interested in because that's where we're basically going to be able to take the pattern off. So that's why we've got it this way up. This one as well, we won't put the chocolate on that side, we'll put the chocolate on this side. So I've got those ready. Now we're also going to build a tree. Now I've seen loads of you in the last probably even 24 hours building the tree, and I thought, right, we'll build a tree too and decorate it. Well, I'll try and stop Kelly from decorating it anyway. So this is my tree mould, and what I've done is I've got it all out. I did spill some water over this bit, but we'll ignore that bit. That's the base, and we're going to build the tree as soon as we finish doing this. So transfer sheets first, and then we're going to build the tree, so we can do it all at the same time while we've got the chocolate here. So let's move that back over there. So we're going to do the chocolate first, and then we're going to move on to the cake itself, which I have already made and covered. So we're going to be using the Wonder Dust to bling it up a little bit, I think is what we're going to be doing. Right, now have I got enough chocolate? I'll put a bit more in just for good luck, I think. There's nothing worse than being live and not having enough chocolate, honestly. Right, okay, let's get this underway. Make sure I don't fall over this chair. I've made it all through the year without falling over, but it's always very possible. I moved my new stereo. Kelly and I have got a stereo now. We're playing all the songs we like, haven't we?
While we do mail order.
While we do the mail order, yeah. We're motivating
And we get
ourselves.
pumped before the live.
Yeah, we always have our music up really loud before the lives. But we can't play it while we're live because Facebook will chuck us off with copyright. But we always have our
But
music.
they're also stupid songs.
Yeah. So we always have lots of mad songs, don't we, before we start. We like giving you behind the scenes stuff now, so we're telling you what we get up to really before we switch the cameras on, isn't that right?
I mean, if the camera turned right now, you'd just see me in my coat eating a mince pie.
Kelly's eating a mince pie at the moment. I'm not going to turn that while you're eating your tea. Right, I'm losing track of what I'm doing, chattering away. So 30 seconds in the microwave to start with. 30 seconds on full power. Oh, I have got a spatula in there. That's unusual for me. I'm just going to give it a bit of a stir, put it back in again. And 10 seconds. 10 seconds stir, 10 seconds stir. Doesn't get any faster. It's the way it is. So we're going to just go through this process. Just keep an eye on it. Keep looking at it. Make a decision when it's melted. Basically, you're looking for consistency of double cream. So every 10 seconds, quick stir. There's nothing really much to see at this stage. It's really just exactly as it looks like when you put it in. Everybody thinks nothing's happening, but it is. And so that's why you have to keep a look on the clock and not keep talking like I do and then realise it's all melted and I've overcooked it. So all we're doing is bringing the temperature up very slowly, just bit by bit by bit by bit, until we get to the point where the chocolate is tempered. That's what we're doing. So this is Calabao, as I say, this is their chocolate. I have no idea what the temperature is meant to be, nor do I need to know because I'm just looking at consistency. So as soon as the consistency changes, I will show you on camera. But for the moment, it looks exactly the same as when I put it in there a few minutes ago. It's just lots of buttons. And all of a sudden, it will start to change. And that's the bit we're looking for. So we'll keep going for a minute. This is where we need our musical interlude, Kelly. Isn't it? You're going to sing for me. This is where we're on the last live, you see, before Christmas, so we're probably going to end up losing the plot by the end of it, aren't we? I'm surprised we haven't got a glass of wine. That's what we should have done.
You've got to drive home.
I know, Dad could have picked me up though, couldn't he? That's what we should have done though. We should have had a bottle of Prosecco while we were doing
Apparently
this.
flakes don't melt.
Flakes? Got a flake in there.
Apparently they don't melt.
Is that right? To be honest with you, they've never lasted that long to find out. Is that why they're in Mr. Whippy's, I wonder? Because of the because it gets really hot, doesn't it? In an ice cream van. Have you?
Yeah.
I suppose if it was in a hot enough car, it would melt, wouldn't it? I like to think of myself as a Mr. Whippy expert, as they all know.
Mum had an emergency £5 note in her phone pocket.
Revealing my secrets on a live, Kelly, is... I do. Well, I found these days, because of COVID, you know, I always used to have cash in my purse and all this stuff, and I don't really have cash anymore. Everything's card, except the ice cream van. So I have to keep £5 in the back of my phone case, just in case the ice cream van comes around the corner, you see, because I don't want to miss out. That would be devastating, wouldn't it? But he's not round at the minute, is he? Because it's Christmas. Which is very disappointing. I know. Anyway, so 10 seconds stir still going on while I'm chattering away. We're nearly there. It's just starting to change now, so that's good. We're getting there. I'm not going to show you yet because there's really nothing to see. It's not very exciting. I think my apron is more exciting than what's going on at the minute. So we are getting there slowly. Who likes flakes? Nikki. Oh, that's a surprise. I would never have expected that, Nikki. You would have been the last person on my list who would have said that. Right. Okay, let's see where we are at the moment so you can have a little look what's happening. Right, that's where we are. So it's starting to melt. A few more rounds of heat and we'll be there. As you get towards the end of the process, the
Deb says that the ice cream van delivers.
Where? What, on
Where she lives.
Well, that's no good, is it?
No, could you imagine?
The works do.
I know, but it's real expensive.
Yeah, but it's not Mr. Whippy, is it?
But could you imagine if you could just, you know, this time of year, text the ice cream man?
Oh God, that's just like a dream come true. Maybe that's what I need to set up as a business. I could be the ice cream. I don't think anyone feels as strongly about it as me. I think it's just me. Right, we're nearly there. I've just got to keep an eye on it now. We must stop talking so that we end up with not over melting the chocolate. I'll be annoyed with myself. I'll ruin my entire demonstration then, won't I?
And I'll just have a bowl to eat.
And Kelly will just have a bowl of chocolate to eat.
Skinny.
Oh, it does smell nice, doesn't it?
Mm.
Yeah, we're at this stage. Okay. Whoop. Not quite there. Almost. We're getting there. Another 10 seconds maybe, we'll be there. So going. Right, let's try that. Let's see what we've got. Sounds like chocolate. Let's turn this over here. Oh, Maureen's spotted my shirt. Well, it's a dress actually. It's an M&S dress. I know, I seem to have bought everything from Marks and Spencer's this year. Should have put my Christmas dress on. I completely forgot actually.
God.
I know.
That's probably better you didn't.
So this is when it's ready. You'll see that it's sort of going, it's making ribbons. There you go, like so. We're going to pop this into a bag, a piping bag. Now I'm going to have to do this out from under the camera, sorry, because otherwise I can't tip the bag. I've had this happen to me a few times on lives. Right, there we go. Right, let's bring this in. Here we go. Now, what I'm going to do is I decided to make these baubles. I'm actually going to pipe them. I was originally going to cut them out, but I changed my mind. So I'm just going to cut them out. So I'm just going to cut the tip of this brush. Now I want different sizes. I'm probably not going to use the whole thing. So I might, oh no, I am on screen at the moment. I just wanted to check. So let's do some big ones and some little ones. I'm spreading them out all over the place, but you don't have to do that. There's chocolates running everywhere. I don't really know how many I'm going to need actually, but
Well, if you make extra, I won't complain.
well, I knew you'd say that. So now once you've done that bit, you drop it and keep dropping it, making a noise, people. There we go. They're going to get flat rounds. Can you see? I haven't gone like that or anything. I've literally poured the chocolate and it's gone flat. Now I've done 4. Let's do another 2, I think, in this one. And then we'll move on to the snowflake. So I'm not putting huge amounts of chocolate down, just a little bit. There you go. I think that's fine. Okay, that's those ones done. Let's move these out of the way. And then we'll bring in the other one. Right, make sure I've got that rough side up, which I have. Okay, and right, what we got here? Let's make sure the chocolate's still coming out okay, which it is. So now we'll just focus on some of the snowflakes. So they're not huge. I don't really know how many we're going to need, to be perfectly honest. We're just making this up.
Always make more and eat later.
Make more and eat later. There we go. Same again. Hope that's not deafening anybody. There we go. Right, done. Happy with those? Nice flat discs, and they can go off to the fridge. We're happy with that. Right, let's get these in here. Right, let's pop one tray up the top. Don't you fall out on me. Not at this stage. Okay, let's move this one as well. Lovely. Oh, just make it look so easy, don't I? And effortless. You have no idea what's going on in my mind. Right, let's have a look at the tree. Let's get that built. So while we have got the chocolate still wet. Now this Christmas tree mould, how many grams of chocolate did we say, Kelly? It was quite a lot. It's 400?
Yeah,
it's about 400 grams of chocolate. It's a nice solid chocolate. But you don't have to use all of it. So you can use, forget this piece and just go straight for this one. Just going to turn it upside down, just make sure I've got it in the middle-ish. I did actually chuck a load of water over this by accident this afternoon, but that's fine, it doesn't matter. So I'll hide it. You could always fill that bit. Oh, Kelly, look. Are you looking on screen?
Well, I'm 10 seconds behind, but I can see you. You're looking at me and pouring the sprinkles into it.
I'm going to put sprinkles in there. Look, I never thought of doing that.
What sprinkles are they?
Gingerbread buttons. So if anyone's got any gingerbread buttons left over, or Smarties or whatever they are, little tiny ones.
Tiny Smarties.
These are tiny mini. I'm going to put those in the middle then. So when they pull this apart, that'll be fun. Yeah, look at that. Cool. All right, pop that on there. So we'll build this up. We can still look. We can still get a few more in here if we try. Yeah, because they're so little. And that'd be it then, because then it goes to a solid. There we go, and then one on the top, that piece there. Then we're going to put the star on like so. Right, that's our tree done. Now you're probably looking at a side view of it. Don't worry, because you'll be able to see the other side of it later, but I'm going to just leave that there for the moment because I want it to set before I start tipping it and doing all sorts of things. So we're just going to leave that alone. As much as I would love to show you something, sometimes we just have to let chocolate do its thing before we jump back in and do something with it. What's the matter? I thought you were going to tell.
No, I want the bowl of chocolate.
You want the bowl of chocolate, right? Okay, there you go.
Thank you, Mummy.
Yes, that's okay. There's your dinner. What a lovely mummy I am. Right, okay, so what we're going to do now, is we've done that bit, we are going to, because we're going to put that on with surprise. There's a thought process going on in my mind here. I have got a picture, but that really doesn't mean anything. It's more of a prompt than anything else. So we're going to have a look at the cake that I have prepped already. Somebody's going to ask me what size it is. So I need to find out my tape measure. I have got most things here today. I'm going to stop saying the words. Now, where have I put that? That's my favourite line, isn't it, Kelly? On a live. Now, where have I put that? My New Year's resolution is not to say. Now, where have I put that? However, I feel that may last one live. Right, there's my cake tonight. It's a big one. Let's have a look what we've got. So this cake is, gosh, it's quite big actually. It says 6.5 inches, but actually it's a 6 with ganache and sugar paste on it. So it's kind of grown a bit by 5.5 inches there. So it's quite tall. And then what we're going to do is we're going to bling this up with some Wonder Dust, which means we're going to be putting the Trex on. So just using Trex, There it is. I'm just going to take hold of some of this and I'm just going to put it onto the sugar paste. So I did the sugar paste earlier today. Let me just grab my chair and sit down for a second. I did actually manage to knock my cake there.
Would you say doing this after you've done the sugar paste, like letting it set, is that better?
No, it doesn't make any difference at all. Just when you've done your sugar paste, just put this Trex on. Now you just don't put it on great big thick amounts of Trex, because what happens is then you end up with great big sort of waves of dust. So it's kind of quite minimal really, but just enough to cover it. People always say to me, does it make the cake taste greasy? Well, the answer to that is no, because it's the smallest amount ever. It really is. It's a tiny amount of grease, but it's just enough to kind of hold these wonder dusts in place. I'm just going to do the cake first, and then what I'm going to do is do the board. I've done the top already, but I'm just going to run my hands over that anyway, because you couldn't really see the top very well. So I thought I would get that done in advance. So we'll just go around there. I thought this is my last attempt to bling up a cake before Christmas, so we're going to go full bling. Kelly's going to look at me in a minute and go, we didn't agree that colour.
Yeah. So far everything's been different.
I haven't changed that much. Well, I thought a tree might be quite nice. We're doing baubles with a tree. No?
We'll see.
We'll see. No pressure, everyone. Why Trex? Because Trex, it really, the dust clings to the Trex and it gives you a much better coverage than just using it on its own. When you use it on its own, it doesn't cover quite to the same depth, does it? So that's why I've been doing it with Trex, and it works really well. And all you're doing is just putting a little bit of grease on your cake. It's not a lot, it's just a little bit. If you put too much on, when you start buffing it up, and believe you me, in a minute this will be going everywhere, it can get quite thick. Yeah, it's better with Trex. We're nearly there, and then we've just got to whiz round the board. I've got the creakiest turntable on the go ever. There we go. And around we go. Creaking, it's creaking away. Sounds like my bones, Kelly. Alright, okay, let's just do the board because it's going to drop onto the board anyway, so we'll do the whole thing and then we won't have any problems. I'm trying not to put too much Trex down because I have fallen into that trap before and it is a nightmare when you put too much down. Yeah, dipping solution you could use. This is so much easier. This is so much easier. Right, as long as you cover it all, you'll be fine. It's just being thorough and making sure you've done it. Okay, so just be sure. It's mainly in this gap here you sometimes miss bits, but I'm not too worried about that because we'll probably pipe over that anyway. Won't we, Kel? Well, that's what I'm planning to do anyway. I didn't tell you that bit.
All of this is new to me.
Yeah, Kelly's just here just to
Eat the chocolate.
eat the chocolate, look glamorous.
I'm looking a bit crusty.
And keep you motivated, aren't we? Right, okay, that's that done. Right, that's that bit out of the way. Now we're going to start making a mess. Where are you? This one, Kelly?
Very nice.
Very nice. So we're going to use Wonder Dust Bright Gold. I hope I got enough, actually, to be honest. Have I got another one in there? I need to stock up on these. I think we should be okay. Oh no, I've got a second one here. No, what's this? Is that my backup one? No, it's a different gold. Yeah, sparkling gold. I've got two. Okay, so if we get stuck, we can bail out with that one as well. Let's see what we've got in here. Oh, I've got enough, I think. Right, let's grab a bit of kitchen roll. God, I nearly dropped it because my hands are really greasy. Oh, Kelly. Right, my hands are greasy, I can't hold on to it. Right, let's put that there next to us. Let's see where we are. Okay, so we're going to use a fluffy brush, there we go, that's what we're going to use. Let's bring this back here a little bit. And then what we'll do is we'll just tip some onto this piece of kitchen roll, which is just marginally out of view. I'm just trying to see if you can see it. Oh, there it is. And we'll just take hold of our brush. We'll dip that in like so, and then we'll start putting this on. So it's going to go everywhere. Well, that's okay. We'll just do it bit by bit. When you first start doing this, you think, oh my goodness, where is this going? Because it really does go absolutely everywhere, but it's fine. Just go nice and slowly. Don't panic yourself over this. If you've got the right amount of Trex on, then you won't have any problems. If you've got too much on, then you might have a bit of a problem. There we go. This is actually a cake because it is for somebody. It's for someone Dad works with this time.
Oh, very nice.
So this has already got a home. I can't say that on the live because they don't know. I've said it now. So we'll just work our way around. And as I go round, you're going to see the coverage. It might not cover first time. We have to go round a couple of times. And we'll see how we go. But just take your time with it. Don't press too hard. Go round in circles. Just wait for it to cover. There we go. You can see what's happening. And it does pick up on this Trex really well. Well, I think it does anyway. That's what I think is the best way to apply this. If I'm doing a wedding cake, I'm going to be using Trex to get these colours on. I'm not going to be using anything else. Now, while I'm on here and while I'm painting with metallics, I can tell you that Kelly, the lovely glamorous Kelly, has got a class for you next year on the 23rd of February called Matching Metallics.
Yeah.
Now, I know because I'm a wedding cake decorator as well as everything else, how many people turn up with a cake topper and you go, oh no, that is not what you said it was. Rose gold. That's not rose gold. That's some other colour you've come up with. So Kelly is going to do a live class teaching you how to match metallics. So anyone who did colour theory with Kelly, then this is another opportunity to explore using colour, and it is on a closed Facebook group. So if you want to join it, it's £10. It will be live, but you don't have to watch it live. So if you miss it, you can go back and watch it. And for those of you that are already in the colour theory group, then you'll find that it will be a similar class to that. So those of you that have done colour theory, and I know who some of you are, Kelly is fantastic with her colours, absolutely fantastic, and you will benefit massively from this class because she is amazing. And so if you do want to join that class, have you put a link up for your class, Miss Kelly? Okay, so...
And all the money goes to me.
And all the money for that class goes to Kelly's travels.
Yay.
Don't they, Kel?
Yeah.
So as soon as she can get on her travels, her next set of travels, then she will. So there you go. So if you want to join a class or you fancy a Christmas present for £10, then there you go. You can join that class and join us.
Or if you're having a crisis over a wedding cake.
Or if you're having a wedding cake crisis with colours, yeah, it works well for that. It's this thing where people say it's rose gold and then it turns up and it's not rose gold, nothing like rose
There's like
gold.
5 different versions of rose gold.
Yeah, there is 5 different versions of rose gold. I'm telling you there is because I've seen them all. So Kelly's class is the 23rd of February. It's a Wednesday. It doesn't clash with anybody that's on the hub. So it is... It's a separate class from the hub. So if you want to join it, it's £10 and then Kelly will be live and you can watch it again and again. And it will be a really nice class. I'm sure some of you who've done the colour theory already will know what kind of thing you're in for. So yeah, very
Nikki
interesting.
Says, does covering the cake like this hide or show the imperfections of the sugar paste underneath?
I don't think it makes it any better or any worse, if I'm perfectly honest. I think if you've got, I'll tell you the one thing that does show up or can show up is like pinpricks. Those tend to be the things that show up on something like this. But I mean, I managed to dent the cake earlier today. We haven't got round to it again yet. Well, I'll have a look at it in a minute. I never worry about having completely perfect cakes because unless they're actually being left completely perfect with nothing on them, Most cakes have something on them, be it a flower, butterfly, whatever, they've got something on them, and that's the bit you're going to pipe over. I've always worked in exactly the same way. I'm a commercial cake decorator, and that's how we have to roll. We haven't got time to keep going back and making everything perfect just to then put a flower on it. That's just insane. So the answer to that is I don't think it does. There we go. Few tiny little dents maybe, but nothing dire. But I haven't put my decoration on yet. That's where I knocked it actually earlier today. I managed to back it into a bowl, which I wasn't very pleased about, but because I'm using this is actually Massa sugar paste, although it really makes no difference what sugar paste you use. I was able to kind of work it out a little bit. I do like Massa, it's expensive, however I feel I've got more options with it, so that's why I use it versus the other stuff. I've stopped using everything else at the moment. I've got Satinara somewhere, that comes in every so often, doesn't it? But when I'm at home or when I'm doing these cakes, I tend to use that. There we go. Shove a flower on it, there you go. That's what you need to do. So we're nearly there. We've nearly gone round once. It doesn't take very long. It's quite a simple operation. It's a bit messy, to be honest. There's a little bit of dust flying around here, there and everywhere, but I would say it's probably no more messy than doing a bit of airbrushing, really. It's slightly less coloured nostrils, Kelly, at the end of it. You know when you've been airbrushing. Now I've done this with 3 of Carol's colours so far. So we've done it with bright gold, we've done it with frozen blue, and we've also done it in, what was it, violet something. I've forgotten now. Let me have a look at it, what it's called. Violet Mist. So these are all on my YouTube channel because I tend to put all my demos for Sugar and Crumbs onto my YouTube channel. So if you have, or you want to see what a different colour looks like, go and have a look over there. One of them was called the Stag and Snowflake cake. The other one, which I think I call Winter Wonderland or something.
You literally find dust over here. I keep having to wipe my iPad.
Have you got dust flying in your direction?
My sleeve is now
I don't know how it's managing to get over there, Kelly, but anyway. Yeah, so if you go onto my YouTube channel, you'll find what it looks like if you do it in frozen blue and what it looks like if you do it in violet mist. And this is obviously now a bright gold one. So I've done 3 different colours now. So I'm just working my way through them, really. So that's gone round once. I haven't done the top yet, so let's just go up here. Now you might not be able to see the top very well.
Got a gold coat instead of a black coat.
I don't know how it's ending up over there, Kelly. I'm trying not to.
It's in the atmosphere.
It's in the atmosphere. I'm trying to be careful with this bit here. Let's head down that way. So I'm sorry, I'm a little bit off screen at the moment, but I'm just doing the same process. I don't really want to move it because the majority of what we're doing on this cake is on the side. When I start mucking about with the cameras, it becomes a problem. Although I could put it under this camera for a second. Hold on, let's have a look, see how close it is. Let's lift that one up a bit. Let's do that. Hold on, let's move my clicker out of the way. No, we're not. Well, I'll tell you why we're going to leave it on there, because my mobile phone will be full of it. I just suddenly thought I don't really want that. So
wait till I blow my nose. Yeah, I'm going to have gold.
We're going to have gold.
Gold snot.
Right, well, we're nearly there anyway, so that's okay. It doesn't matter. It's very, very bright, that's for sure. But I do think of all the colours that are in the Wonder Dust, this bright gold one is lovely. Frozen blue, but that's typical me because I love blue. I haven't had a chance to play with that greeny one yet. That will have to be in the new year, I think. Shimmer pink as well. Oh yeah, it's going around a little bit. My cardigan's getting covered in it over there now. Okay. Right, so that's the top. Okay, let's have a little look. We'll just go round once more just to fill out any bits. Now you can see at the bottom there, there's a sort of a white line going round. I'm not going to bother to put that's where the Trex just hasn't gone in, but I'm not worried about that because I'm going to pipe over that. So it really doesn't matter. I'm not going to mess about going backwards and forwards, but I do want to make sure before I call it quits on this, I've actually covered this properly. Otherwise I'll get annoyed. There we go. But you can see the coverage is really good. I think it's really good anyway. What do you think, Kelly?
I think it looks really nice.
Yeah, I think it's really nice. I've got it absolutely everywhere, but hey ho. Considering we're doing chocolate and dusting colour, I think we're doing quite well so far for mess factor. So when you go round the second and third time, it's a lot quicker because you've already got your main layer on. You kind of just buffing it up, really, I guess.
I can't complain about having a sparkly coat, to be honest.
Well, no, because
it's like I said, if there was hair dye that was sparkly, I would be the one to literally cover my hair.
You'd be covered in it. Well, I could always put some finishing sparkle in when you leave the house every day.
Please.
You didn't think about that, did you?
No, you don't. Do you remember when we were younger and you would spray our hair, you know, red, green? You can get glitter ones.
Oh, I used to give you the glitter ones as well.
Should I go get some and just...
If you particularly want it, Caddy, yeah, but I'd say we've got plenty of finishing sparkle. I'm sure that would look nice. There we go. Right, round once more. You can see now we're all the way round. Can you see the imperfections? Oh, a little bit, but nothing too drastic, I don't think, myself.
No, it's really not.
I think it's really quite blingy, isn't it? Just go across the top as well. They're going to see us coming with this cake, aren't they? Right, I think that's it. We'll call it quits at that. Now we're going to paint the Christmas tree. So I've got to work out how you can get the best possible view with this. So I think what we'll do is we will swap these two over. Just going to, there's dust everywhere, literally everywhere. So we're going to take that off. Right, we're going to put my Christmas tree on. I'll bring you up here. So we'll put you in the screen there. And then what we'll do, let's bring it over my cocoa butter. All right. Woo, try not to get it on my arm. I think I've just put my arm in that. No, that's okay. We've survived. Okay, so we can see our cake in the background and we've all got it going on here. And let's have a little look. Right. Okay, I'm just looking at my split screens here. I don't think I can split the screen on this one. So I'm just going to I'll just turn the camera down for a second. So we're just going to set up cocoa butter to do the painting now, so we don't need that brush anymore. This is a chrome food warmer, so we're just now put that on here and we'll let the heat continue. Pop the metal paint palette on here. Now I've actually been doing a little bit of painting here today already, so I haven't had a chance to clear it out, but that's cocoa butter when it's set, and you just basically remelt it and then you are able to continue with your painting. So if you are painting with cocoa butter, you can just leave it there and let it remelt again. I'm going to put a bit more in, got some on that side as well, and then I'm going to pop some of this gold on here because that's the colour I want to apply to my tree in places. I don't want to do a completely gold tree, otherwise the tree will blend with the cake. So I'll just put a little bit more of the Wonder Dust in there. Now, paintbrush wise, so we see these melting now, they're just starting to go. We'll just get ourselves finishing. So we'll talk about the finishing sparkle now.
Yeah, some of them are being like, oh, I finished sparkled myself.
Yeah. Sometimes we've done lives, we've come out covered in it, haven't we?
Yeah, just glittery all the time.
Just generally quite glittery. So these are melting, we'll just let that happen now. There we go. And then once that's happened, we can start painting. I look relatively organised. If only you could see just marginally. No, I'm just saying, if you look on camera, I know it looks quite organised actually for me, which is quite unusual. So we just let that melt. And then all we're going to do is take hold of a paintbrush, grab some of the dusting colour there like so. And we're just going to mix up a gold paint. So that's all you need to do. But you want it to have plenty of dust in there, otherwise it gets a bit thin. We don't really want that, so I'm going to have to switch to this camera now, so you're going to have to see what I'm doing on here. So we're just going to take this gold now, because this is chocolate, we can use cocoa butter to paint. You can't use anything else. Please don't use gels, please don't use liquid paints. You need to be using cocoa butter because it fixes itself to the chocolate. Might need a couple of coats, but it generally fixes itself. Okay, so that's our star to start with. Then what we'll do, I'll grab hold of some colour here. Right, and then we're just going to catch the edges of this. So I'm just going to go round Just catch the and then it will pick up the cake, you see. You know, I'm always talking about picking colours up across cakes. So we'll just do that. Around we go. I don't want the whole thing to be gold, just the edges. It's funny because somebody posted a picture today on one of my pages and I went, oh, I'm literally doing that tonight. That was funny. Literally the same thing. So there we go. Great minds think alike today. Lots of people painting Christmas trees. Just going to paint that star again as it starts to dry. Okay. So around we go. So this is a really nice activity actually, just to do at, you know, Christmas Eve, something like that. Just get your trees all made up in advance. If you've got kids or you are a kid, you like the idea, just grab some sprinkles and just literally sit and decorate them. Grab a bit of paint if you want to, paint them as well. It's just something quite nice to do. It's very Christmassy, isn't it? So, and as we're nearly there, Christmas is nearly upon us. I think Kelly and I feel like we've done Christmas now forever.
Yeah.
It's how we felt about Halloween too, didn't it? I honestly thought we were never going to get to the end of Halloween.
I think there's no such thing as too much Halloween.
Well, we know you love Halloween, but it really was getting to the point now that we were going completely mad. Weren't we, Cal?
So people were just asking about delivery and stuff for
Oh,
Christmas.
right.
So, can I just say, the last guaranteed postal
Can
day...
I just say, before Kelly says this, Kelly used to work in the post
Yeah,
office.
I used to work in the post office, okay? So it says that online, the last guaranteed day for, I think it's like second class, but we send our stuff out first class anyway, is the 17th of December. So that's basically Friday.
But when we use the word guaranteed, what they don't remember and point out is the fact that there are some delays at some of the hubs nearby us at the moment. So we know Hemel Hempstead hub is extremely busy. How guaranteed are we talking? I don't know really,
Probably
to be honest.
The sooner you make your order, the better.
Yeah, I think anything...
I'm not working tomorrow at the bubble tea shop.
Oh, good-o. So anything that kind of goes out, I would imagine... from Friday onwards is probably less likely to get there, but everything that's coming in we are sending straight away, because we try really, really hard, and we always send everything first class, don't we? But that doesn't really mean very much at the moment with COVID and people off sick and all sorts of problems. So, you know, I think we're all getting to the point where we kind of realise that, you know, you just have to kind of take what comes really, but you know, we'll do the best we can. Okay, doesn't take too long. We still move that back a bit so you can see the bottom. I quite like this bit, it's quite therapeutic really, just kind of, there's no art to this particularly, it's just catching the ends of the tree and just putting some gold on it. Let's go back up to the top again and paint that star. Can't put too much cocoa butter in there at the start, let's make it a bit thicker. There we go. Yeah, the Royal Mail is extremely busy at the moment. I mean, my postman looks like he's been in a bush most of the time anyway, and he now looks like he's...
So
well, he does, I've told him. I always say that to him, but...
I'm sure he's delighted when he hears that.
Well, he's very
I'm
nice.
sure he thinks, great, I'm so glad I got out of bed today.
He's lovely. But he just looks like he's under a lot of pressure at the moment. So, well,
we get two postmen.
We do, and we live in a small village, and we still get two vans going around. It's ridiculous. There's obviously a lot of people doing a lot of online shopping, isn't there?
And some days we don't even get the post.
I know, and that's what I'm saying with Royal Mail. And I think somebody said to me the other week, "Oh, why don't you try a different courier?" Well, because they're doing the same, to be perfectly honest.
And they're more expensive, so it would mean it would be more expensive.
Yeah, we don't want to have to start doing that, putting postage prices up. But I tell you what, we've had the same problem with getting deliveries in here from other couriers. It's been a bit of a nightmare, to be honest, but never mind. Never mind. All right, we're nearly at the bottom. As I said, we are the entertainment tonight. There's no more... British Bake Off's finished, isn't it? Great British Bake Off.
We are the Great British Bake Off.
We are today, and also the other one, I'm a Celebrity's finished now. So
is it? I watched 2 episodes.
No, I know. So that's now over. So it's just us, Kelly, entertaining tonight.
Gosh, no pressure.
No pressure. I was worried about my cake. Oh, look, I've done a circuit. It's going to be fine. I've gone round once, so it's not going to catch. Don't worry. There we go. It's actually further away than you think. Right. Okay, nearly at the bottom. And then what we're going to do, we're going to just put some sprinkles on here. So we've got a little sprinkle mix.
Do you know what board this cake would be good on? Is that spinning one?
What? Oh, right. Oh, you mean my revolving turntable?
Mm-hmm.
My spinning one. Yeah, no, I was thinking what you're talking about then. But yeah, the spinning turntable. Maybe that's why I'm going wrong on Christmas Day. I need to have a cake spinning in the middle of the table.
That would be pretty funny.
Kelly's looking at me. Last year we had a train going around the table because I think we were all going a bit mad, weren't we?
Yeah.
And so I set up...
Well, me and Dad went to the garden centre. This is obviously how bored we were in COVID. Wow, a little train.
I brought the train back and then we had it going round our table. That was funny. We were putting sweets in, weren't we? To deliver the sweets round the table. It was only the four of us, so it kept us amused. Right, okay, there we go. We're nearly there. Can see the end in sight. I tell you what as well, if you've got any like I've got a bit of water on there because I caught it earlier, but if you've got anything like sometimes chocolate blooms and you want to hide it, stick a bit of dust over the top of it and that'll soon cover it up. You can paint the whole thing if you want to. You don't have to paint just the edges like that, but I quite like the edges done like that. There we go. Right, now I'm just going to go back over my star again, letting that dry. And I think that will pick up that colour on there. So we're going for sort of a, I don't know what we're going for really. We're just making it up as we go along, like normal. Right, okay, so that's that bit done. I'm going to leave that over there for the moment. Do I need this again? Yeah, I may do, so I'm not going to blow that candle out yet. I'm going to put it over there. Now, I have got some royal icing. Now, you could do this with chocolate if you are ready to go, but I haven't got any chocolate tempered now, so I'm just going to use some royal icing. Royal icing you can make with whipping it up. You can use those bags to create royal icing. So I'm just trying to unblock my nozzle. Right, it's unblocked now. And then I'm just going to put some sprinkles. Actually, I'm not going to put the sprinkles up there because that is the sort of thing that where it goes wrong. And I'm just going to pop some different coloured sprinkles on here. So what have we got here? The red one. So this is where you get to decorate your tree here in some sort of... This is where you find out the people who've actually got taste, and I'm definitely not one of those people, am I, Kelly? Definitely not. I like to...
And that's being polite.
I like to put as much bling on my tree as possible, and all and everything Kelly has made throughout her entire life. And Charlotte. If they've bought something and made it at preschool, I guarantee it's still on my tree to this day. And they keep saying, Mum, get rid of it. And I'm like, absolutely not. I'm keeping it forever. So yeah, we have quite a lot of bits and pieces, don't we, Kelly? She posted a picture, didn't you, on one of my Facebook pages of me with my lovely tree.
On that shop.
Yeah, with my lovely tree. And then my outdoor decorations, I put those on the other day as well. That was funny. There we go. Right. Okay, so we're going round decorating the tree. I've lost track how many of these. I've done quite a few this year actually. We decorated a few live. So I'm just picking out the sort of larger bits of the sprinkles first. Just going for some large ones here. I'll put those in. You see, this is where I feel Facebook have let us down because we could have had a bit of Bublé in the background, Kelly. Isn't that right?
Well, I could sing.
Well, you could, but again, Facebook might pick it up because it will be so good.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
the
we'll
problem.
Get chucked off.
It is just so good.
They'll go, no, we have to turn this live off because Celine Dion is on.
That's me. I'm Celine Dion when it comes to the...
Oh dear. Right, let's put...
Are you using Christmas tree mix or are you using the pink?
the
ones? I
Christmas
can't
tree,
tell.
lived on Christmas tree mix. I'm going to put some different coloured ones on now. There we go. Just different colour. Any sprinkles will do. It doesn't really matter, does it, to be honest? These coloured ones, they've got little snowflakes in here as well. Let's put a few little snowflakes in. Just keep blinging it up. Yeah, we have to have Mr. Bublé on at Christmas for Kelly, don't we, Cal?
Yeah.
In fact, as
I love Bublé.
as I'm getting older, I don't mind him quite so much. I didn't used to like
Yeah,
him.
he's really not like him.
I really not like Mr. Bublé, but actually I don't mind him. He's all right. I would be quite happy to listen to him. But we have to have Wham on, really. That's what we really need. Any of the 80s stuff. Right. There we go. Look at my tree. They feel they need Kelly's singing. Oh, well, that's like baiting it, isn't it?
I mean, I could sing my own song.
Which song?
I don't know.
Please don't make one up. No. It's a shame. We'll have to get some music licenses, Kelly, so we can just sing. Keep our... Well, no one would tune in then. Everyone would be zooming out. They're not going to join that learning hub if they know there's a threat of singing in there. All right. There we go. This is quite... reading these comments about Michael Bublé. Yeah, he's fun. So let's put some more snowflakes on. So you basically can do whatever you want with this. You can add more or less. It's up to you. You can theme it up. You can make it all red, all pink, red and gold. I don't know, just whatever you want really. It's your tree. See, I would allow you to do this, Kelly. It's the gingerbread houses I've got a little bit more control over.
She has this issue.
I did let you decorate some this year, though. And you did do a very good job.
Thank you.
I know, but you said you were tormented.
All that time I've stood so far back, I was actually taking it in.
Oh dear. I do like the more complicated ones, the better. We'll have to do a class next year. Do a carousel or something. Right. Sylvia, how much she's making? 45. Oh my goodness. That is a lot of trees. I don't think I want to make 45. Although we did make, do you remember one year we made hundreds, Stu? Oh my goodness.
What for?
Don't think
Christmas Bazaar?
No, ladies in the office or in an office that I knew must have made about 150 of these things.
Was this when we did the nail house?
Yeah.
I remember that because, yeah, but in the old house I was about 4, so I'd run in there, hello mummy.
Yeah, you didn't realise I was very stressed at the time. All right, we're nearly at the back.
I remember that you were in like production. They were in white chocolate, I remember.
Yeah, I was in production. Oh dear. Right. What else we got? I'll put one there. Every time I pick one up, it's coming out red. I want different coloured ones, please. Oh, I've dropped one. I mean, you can fiddle around with this as long as you like. I mean, we've obviously got a limited amount of time we've got on here, so you can do what you want, really. Put another one on there, but there you go. You can get the idea of what sort of thing you can do. All right, a couple more, and we're there. Everyone I pick up is red. I'll just put on a purpley one. And some snowflakes. I mean, if you want to put snow on it, you can use royal icing. That's quite good for doing snow. You don't have to paint it. Just get the royal icing out. If you want to do that, maybe. There's all sorts of things you can do. Picked up another red one. Right, we're nearly there. I'm going to stop blinging up this tree in a second because I will just carry on and it will be absolutely covered and we won't actually be able to see the tree if I'm let loose on it too much. So we'll go for less is more, I think. Just make sure I've got enough snowflakes on. A couple more snowflakes and I think we're there. There we go. Put that one on there. And one on there. Okay, that's fine. Right, there we go. So we've got our tree. Perfect. I'm very happy with that tree. Right, okay, so we're going to put the cake up onto the turntable. So we'll swap the two over. Let's see if I can take this down. We'll let that dry so we can leave all the royal icing and everything to dry. put that over there, and we'll pick the tree back up off the tree. Ooh, there we go. No, I'm not going to put a dowel on. I don't think it's heavy enough to warrant a dowel, to be perfectly honest.
Do you need the cocoa butter again?
I may do, yeah, for the bows. I haven't decided yet, so that's why I haven't blown the candle out, because I haven't made my mind up yet what it looks like. So now I've made some bows earlier. In fact, I might do those now actually before we get too carried away. Let's bring this down a bit so we can see what's going on.
I think you've left the fridge open.
No, it's okay. Okay, here we go. Right, so I've made some little bows earlier. These were white chocolate, which you can obviously see on here. And then I've just painted these with cocoa butter, so they've now dried. I'm going to use these for my baubles. I need a thinner brush. Let's see if I can find one. I've got that. Yep, there we go. Paintbrush number 1. So I'm just going to grab that. I'm just going to put a few little dots on them, nothing too exciting. So all I've done with these, they were all white chocolate, and I've just painted them with dusting colour and cocoa butter and painted them a different colour. Much easier than trying to, you get a nice assorted range of colours then, a little bit easier than trying to use colour mill or one of those things, which you can do, but you'll end up with all red, and I just find this a bit easier. Just make everything white and paint it. It really doesn't take very long. So I'm just going to put a few little spots on a couple of these just to make it a bit more interesting. So just some little white spots. On this little bow mould. I'll put some down there as well. Make sure it comes all the way around. We'll just do the red ones, I think. But if you want it, it's not difficult. It literally is spots, so don't overthink this. They look like little Disney bows, don't you think? You know, Minnie Mouse or something like that. So we'll go.
Do people have Disney theme parties anymore, like Mickey and Minnie?
Well, probably yes, but you know, as you're maybe a little bit too old, Kelly, now for a themed party. Although that doesn't seem to apply to you, does it? Hey, yeah, there you go. Sheila's thinking the same as me.
You could always use these on little cupcakes. If you had a Minnie Mouse theme party,
yeah, you could.
You could just put these on cupcakes.
Like little Disney ears. You know those Disney ears that we...
That is such a good idea.
We've got
2 circles either side.
We are proud owners of Disney ears, aren't we, Kelly?
Yeah.
And then we'll just... I think that'll work. These will work quite well because I've got white and red on some of the other ones. I don't know why I did coloured ones, but I don't know. I was just painting away this afternoon, but we'll see what comes out here. There we go. I think they look okay. That's fine. Now I am definitely going to finish this now. That's very hot. Metal paint palettes are very, very hot when they have been with the candle, so be careful. Don't pick them up unless you absolutely have to. Right, back to the cake. There we go. Let's get the transfer sheets out of the fridge. Oh, actually, we could stay on the other camera, couldn't we? Let's move those bits over there. Okay. Let's get back on here again. So these are going to be my baubles. Let's bring those out. Those on there. For a second. In fact, we could put them straight onto here.
There's like Christingle in here.
Why?
She just put out the candle.
Oh, I see.
She put out the candle in Christingle.
Yes, before you ate everything that was on it, Kelly, yes. So we're just going to take these out. So these are just peeling off the transfers now because they are set. So these are going to be my baubles that are going to be hanging off my tree. So once you've done them, that's what the transfer looks like. So you'll have little gaps. I then sometimes go through, I wouldn't just bin it, I would actually then sort of do a few more. I might decide to take the odd little snowflake off here and there. So always carry, you can carry on using that for a bit. Then we've got the reindeers here. So these are the reindeer ones. So watch out when you put these on the cape, you don't get them upside down, because the reindeers are actually going in a certain direction, so just be careful. Right, that's all of those. So I've got my little discs. There we go. Now, the idea was I was going to pipe. I'm just moving my camera around here because I've got it stuck on my chair leg. Right. Okay. Where are we? Let's just turn this very slightly. There we go. So what I was going to do was make some baubles using, holders for these baubles using the sprinkles. And then I'm going to put a bow and then the bauble at the bottom. That was the plan. So let's see how that works, because we haven't actually done a test on that. Okay, so I'm going to just take some royal icing. I'm going to do it with royal icing, nice and straightforward. So I'm just literally just going to pipe a straight line down to, let's not go too far to start with. Let's go down to about, say, there. And then I was just going to take some sprinkles and then very randomly. So these are all from the same pot. So these are the ones that I use to decorate the tree. And I'm just going to take some of these and just create some lines going down. Sorry, I have to keep turning it back towards me at the moment because otherwise it's going to end up wonky. I don't want it to be wonky. It's got to be straight. You could put a little
Drunk baubles.
Put a snowflake in there if you want. This all started, you know, when I went to the garden centre and I saw this kind of stuff hanging this year, and I thought, do you know what? There's masses of potential for you for doing stuff like this, and it just kind of set me off a little bit. So let's see what we've got here. So we get to this point here. There we go. Look, we've even got, oops, that one fell off. It's a rogue one. One more there. Okay, there we go. All right, so we've got a bit of a chain going on there, haven't we? So something along those lines. Then what we'll do is we will take one of the, let's see if we can do it on top of that. So that's going to be one of our baubles on the tree, like so. But what I want to do is I want to put a bow on it. So I've got to make sure it fits. So I'm kind of looking, hold on, at having something like that with the bow underneath it like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this onto the cake with my royal icing. So I'm just going to put a bit of royal icing on the back there, and I'm just going to pop that on. I'm going to leave a gap, not a huge gap, just a bit of a gap. And then that gives my bow then enough space to just stick there and look like it's hanging.
You might need to put some more royal icing on that one.
Why? If I put too much on, it will start sliding. I'm just going to put some dots back on because I've just knocked them off because I was holding on to it. Let me just put those back on. If you put too much royal icing on, it will slide.
Maybe pre-put the bows on.
No, that's fine like that.
Okay.
Yeah. Da, da, da.
She's happy with that.
I'm happy with that. Okay. Right. And then in between, I did think about putting some different ones.
Put all the baubles on first.
You want all the baubles on first, Kelly? All right, I'll do that. I'll do that now.
I don't think you need the difference.
No, okay, all right then. And so what we'll do is we'll have these at different heights. So we'll drop down a little bit further on this next one. Okay. So again, we'll just keep going with some baubles. I'm just going to put these actually onto a lid. It'll be a little bit easier for me to pick them up. Actually, I'm not using that one. It's not round, and that's going to wind me up. Right, there we go. So just try and come around the corner a little bit. So I think if you keep them mixed, so if you have kind of just use the same sprinkle mix as what you've got that you use for the tree, then I think it should be fine. Just mix them up a bit. You don't have to do it like this. If you wanted to do them all silver, you could do silver balls. We know we love the silver balls. Well, I do anyway. So you could use those instead. You wanted a bit of colour contrast maybe. or you could use stars. Stars is another option. But don't make them the same height. Make them different heights because it looks more interesting than having them the same height. Okay, right, let's do a reindeer this time. So I'll pick up a reindeer.
Make sure it's on the right way around.
I've got it on the right way around. Drop it down a little bit lower. Okay, like so. There we go. And then this time we'll use a blue one. And then we'll pop that one on. So you can always push it back up again if you've set it too low. And then if you've got any icing that's coming out, you can always just take hold of a tool and just remove it if it's sneaking out there. There we go. How are we looking? Just make sure they look attached. If you see them starting to drop or do anything, just push them back up again. Right, let's do a shorter one this time. So we'll do one a bit higher. One sort of more like that. Okay. So this is a nice simple idea. It's not particularly complicated, but it's quite effective, and you can play around with your colours. So you can end up with lots of kind of different looks, I guess. You could do the cake green if you wanted to start with, maybe a bit more like a tree if you wanted to do that. What we've tried to do is reflect the sprinkles from the tree in the decoration. So that's why we've got a bit of everything going on here. Okay. So that'll be a shorter one. And again, we'll just take another one. So we'll take a snowflake and put some icing on the back. Icing on the back. Put that one on there. Now you don't have to put them all with bows. Maybe we should do some without bows. No, I don't know. I want the bows. I want the bows. I've just decided. You don't have to do the bows if you don't want to. Okay. The idea of that, let's spread them out a little bit, so we'll come down a bit further with this one. Do a longer one. Actually, if you put the sprinkles in the lid, it's a lot quicker. Whoops, I've lost a bit there. Let's do that again. It's cooperating, and then if you just, yeah, it's much easier. A little bit quicker than having them in the, what do we think? What does that look like? I wouldn't use water to do this, to stick anything on. You do need to be using royal icing because the water will just pull off the wonder dust. It won't stick, so don't use sugar glue, anything sort of wet, because royal icing is quite dry. So that's what I would use, I think. Would you agree, Kelly?
Or it takes the colour out of the sprinkle.
Yeah, exactly. So royal icing is the answer here. It's all still in one place over that side, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. Okay, let's keep going. So we'll drop down a bit further with this one. Then another reindeer. Pop that there. Push that up. And then we'll put bows we had on so far. So we'll go for a green one this time. So you can be a little bit more coordinated than me if you want to. You could actually make these look like they're meant to be in the same place. Let's have a look at it on screen. See, it's different. We like different. Let's do a shorter one. Another one there. Yeah.
I'm just watching.
You're watching, are you? You're not having a little snooze, Kelly?
No.
No, that's all right then. What do we do? Reindeer, so we're on back on Snowflake again. So say you can do these discs in anything. You could do them with ruby chocolate if you particularly wanted to, or you could do them with white chocolate. just change your transfer sheet patterns. So there's lots of different patterns available, so you could literally pick whichever one you like. So we're over halfway now already, so we'll drop down to about there. You could go completely, so when I did it, I think this reminds me a little bit of the wreath cake that I did, so you can sort of change the colours really quite easily. So the wreath cakes that I did this year, we had, you know, a green themed one, didn't we? And then we had a white themed one, and it's amazing, the same cake looked completely different just by changing the colours, and I think this will be the same. So if you fancied doing like a pink version of this, you would put, say, something like shimmer pink down as your base. You could do a ruby chocolate Christmas tree, and couldn't you come? And all sorts of different things like that, so you could certainly change it around. Just kind of see what happens, really. Just use some different colours and see what you end up with. This is just meant to represent my terrible taste in Christmas. Right, okay, let's do another reindeer. So I'll make sure we get them around the right way. There we go. I think the bow just helps connect it, otherwise it just looks a bit weird. It looks like it's sort of floating, so I think you do need the bow, or you need to make some little pieces that attach the baubles to the... Right, let's do another short one. Right, we've literally probably got about 4 to go, and then we've completed the whole thing, so we're nearly there. Put a few more on there. So who likes this idea? Who is thinking now that their Christmas cake plans have now changed? Because this is the problem, is people see these things and they go, well, I thought I was going to be doing that and now I'm going to do this.
Someone asked, can you dust over a royal icing Christmas cake?
Can you dust over a royal? I don't know what sort of finish you'd get. I probably wouldn't do that. I don't think you'd get this lovely smooth deep finish that you get with sugar paste.
Like,
not really, no. I probably wouldn't do that. I don't think. I wouldn't. You could try it, but I don't know as it would work. Right, let's pop another one on here. And what are we on now? Is it blue again? Yep. Right, how many bows have I got left? So we've got this little bit here to go. So let's work out where we need to be. So we'll do one more long one. There we go. I think, to be honest, if you made all the discs and everything in advance, it is the sort of thing actually you could literally just get kids involved. Again, they could just sit and stick all the little sprinkles on, because it's not particularly difficult, make up their own patterns. I think it's quite good fun from that. I think I've used up quite a lot of these large ones. Let me just put these on here. And my royal icing is sort of cooperating. It's trying to leap off the cake at the moment. There we go. Push it back down. The white wreath, someone's just
it's on Let's Shop.
Is on Let's Shop. It's not on.
But it's not on YouTube.
No, I didn't separate it out, which I should have done, because that was the more successful one, really. The other one was my buttercream nemesis that week, when it just refused to cooperate. The white one went like a dream, typically. There we go. Right, let's put on, what have we got? Reindeer again. So reindeer at the bottom. There we go. And green. Like so. Right, 2 left, I'd say. So 1 short, 1 medium. You need to pipe these fresh as you go, because if you don't, then what happens is the royal icing dries out and then it won't stick. So you kind of have to do this as you go along. Whoop, we've lost one. One just dive bombed off. Did you see it?
Oh, yeah, I'll see it in a second. I'm waiting now. Is it going to be that big red one?
Yeah. It just jumped.
Yeah. Oh.
There it goes.
Ooh.
There you go. It's all right. It's recovered. Just dive bombed off there.
Yeah, it's just fallen off.
That's fine.
That's how far behind the stream is.
That's quite a long way.
Yeah.
Is that where you have to keep leaning over and
Yeah,
having a look?
because you look at me and you're like, what do you think? And I'm like,
I don't know, I can't see
gimme.
it. Alright. Okay. So Christmas is coming now. So we're getting to the final bit of Christmas. I'm just going to do this other bit here while I've got my bag ready. I'll finish these two at the same time. I just want this one to be a bit lower than that one. I want them to kind of be at different heights. You just have to be a bit aware of what you're doing in terms of heights. You might just think, oh, I'm not doing that. This is way too long. I'll just do short ones. Short ones is fine. You can do that. We've got our tree to go on top. So we've got a topper. And then we just need to do something around the base there. So we'll be getting probably getting our Wilton 18 nozzle out in a minute. Do something there. Maybe a rope. I don't know. See what we think. I'm looking to Kelly for inspiration. Yeah. What do you think, Kel?
Yeah.
You happy?
That's what I thought you were going to do.
I know. Well, that's the plan anyway. So on our last thread here, we got here. Just wanted a few more of those large ones, but they seem to have gone to the bottom. There we go. So Wonder Dust for this was bright gold, just in case anybody missed that bit. That's what it was. Right, I think that's enough. So we need, is this going to work out? Oh, it is. Oh my goodness, brilliant. And there's some spare ones, Kelly, for you.
Yummy, yummy.
So pudding part 2 is coming in a minute.
Honestly, I ate that bowl of chocolate.
The whole thing?
No.
Oh, there's still some left.
There wasn't that much in there, to be honest.
Well, don't leave it lying around for me. Right, let's put another one of these on. So put red. And then what we'll do is we'll spin it around and then you can have a little look. But we won't spin it too fast because otherwise
all the sprinkles will fly off.
All the sprinkles will fall off and then I'll be annoyed with myself. There we go. So let me just move that around now so you can have a little look on what's happening here. There we go. That's quite different actually, isn't it, Cal?
It looks really nice.
Pretty.
And we've had this idea for ages.
We have. We did talk about this one quite a long time ago. Just what's happening is some of them are just sliding, so I'm just pushing them back in again. There we go, around that side. I'm just checking it up on the camera because when I look up on the camera I can see different things to what I can see in front of me. Right, okay, that looks fine. Let's leave that as is for the moment. Where are we? Is there any Wilton 18s over there, Kelly? Oh, what have I got here? Oh, it's close. It's not Wilton 18, but it's close. Royal Icing? Royal Icing? Yeah, so I've spotted it. We're just going to add some more.
Us both aimlessly looking around the room.
Yeah, it's in front of you.
Oh, yeah, sorry, I didn't even see
Yeah,
that.
I know, that's what I said.
I'm looking on this side.
I know you are. I was like, what are you doing? Okay. Right, okay. Let's just pipe round the bottom. So we're going to use this nozzle here, which is, where am I on camera? There I am. It's just a star nozzle. It's similar to Wilton 18. It's just a little bit smaller. All right. We'll just do this with white royal icing. Why not? Right, where are we? I'm just going to move these sprinkles out of the way because I do have a habit of knocking them over.
You're going to put the sprinkles on top of it as well?
I think so.
Like a...
The white ones or...
I like the blue corals.
Yeah, I know, I haven't used those yet. Right, where are we? Okay, off we go. So we're just going to go round and round and we're just going to cover that gap at the bottom. So I don't really want that there. If you didn't want this to be white, you can always let it dry completely and then you could paint it gold as well. So if you didn't want this to be white, or you could do a different colour if you want, doesn't really matter. There we go. Actually, we could even mush this up and make it snow, Kelly.
That's what I was thinking.
I might do that.
Oh.
Why no? What were you going to say?
I was saying I don't think it needs to.
No, you happy with it like
Yeah, I
this?
think it'll look weird if you mush it.
Okay, so if you don't want to do a scroll, you could do this as snow. Okay, so you don't have to do it like this if you don't want to. Could just put some royal icing around the bottom. Just put some snow down and that would be fine. All I'm doing is just going around in a circle. It's not difficult. Especially if those who've been on a lovely royal icing course with somebody online. And all those who want to do it next year. Of all these wonderful skills you'll have at the end of it all. There you go. And also it'll cement it to the board, so I don't have to worry about anything happening to it.
Especially with Dad's driving.
Especially with Dad's driving, yeah, exactly. And then what we can do is we can add some sprinkles to this white if we want to. Do we want to, Kelly?
Yeah, I think a few.
White ones or coloured ones, Kelly? White ones.
Thank you for making that executive decision.
I've made a decision for you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Because I would have taken too long.
Little
White corals.
Let's put these on there because they'll look a little bit like snow then, I guess, wouldn't they? And if they fall everywhere, it doesn't matter because they'll just fall off, won't they? Actually, even if they stick to the Trex, I don't mind. There we go. We'll just chuck them on. Actually, I quite like them on the board as well. Now I'm looking at it. I think they're sticking.
Yeah, I like that.
Because of the Trex. Yeah, let's put some on the board. In fact, to make sure they don't fall off in transit, you could actually just press them down with your finger. Yeah, they look better like that. I don't always seem to got one up the side there. If you just, because this is sugar paste and it's soft, because I only iced this afternoon, you can actually press it down. Just be a bit careful you don't start taking the dust off. But I quite like that. Amazing what you find out when you're live. Ideas you have. Yeah, that looks like snow. I like this a lot. Right. Let's put that there. Now I'm getting carried away, but I actually think it's worth it. Press down. Even my Wonder Dust pot, Kelly Man.
It wanted to know colour.
What for?
The old stag cake.
Frozen blue. Oh, I don't think it was.
Yeah, it was. I'll just check that one.
No, I don't think.
You said it was ice blue.
No, I think the stag one was violet mist, but they need to go to YouTube and just tune into the YouTube video and it will tell you. But you need to go to YouTube and check, because the problem is we've been using so many different dusts, but I don't think it was frozen blue for the stag. I think it was something else.
I also wasn't there that week.
I think it's violet something. What do I call it? Violet mist or something?
Know.
Go and have a look, because I don't think it was frozen blue, no. Okay, see? Right. Okay. And then we'll put some ribbon on it while we've got it on camera at the moment, because the minute I move it to put the Christmas tree on, it will change position. So let's do that while we're here. I've got the Pritt stick out. Go round the board. Put red ribbon on this, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Are you approving red, Kelly? Good, that's fine, because that's what we've got out. Now, where's the back? That's a good question. Where did I knock it?
The one where the line is.
Yeah, I knocked it there. That was annoying. But you see, I only knocked it there and you really can hardly see it, so that's okay. In the grand scheme of things, I can assure you no one's going to know about that except me. And you, because I've told you, but you know what I mean. Okay, Okay, let's put that on like so. I'll just cut that. Cut that. Red, or the ribbon, is always important. It picks up a lot. So I'm just going to have to put these sprinkles away because I'm just concerned they're going everywhere here. I need to put the lid on them. Right, there we go. Put a bit more glue on there. Just hold that in place like so. And then what we'll do, I'm going to put the tree on top, but I'm going to just move my camera for a moment in order for you to be able to see it. I'm going to just pull this back a little bit. It might be that we have to do this standing up. Let's see how we do. Your camera's going to be miles off. It means I'll have to trip over it, you see. You can see my other camera behind it, but anyway, it'll give you an idea. There we go. And also my rubbish there. Right, let's turn it that way a little bit. Okay, there we go. Right, so let's see if we can get this tree on. So somebody mentioned earlier about doweling the tree. Well, I wasn't going to do that. I was literally just going to put a blob of royal icing in the middle. I need to find out where's the back. There's the back. Right. Okay, so I'm just going to pop that on top. I've knocked off a sprinkle, but that will set. That will be absolutely fine. And actually, I guess, to be honest, Kelly, what we could do is we could put some more sprinkles on the top here, look, to match on this dust. The Trex is kind of holding all this really nicely in place. Now I'm going to have to show you this on a camera, aren't I? So I'll move the camera in a second. You can have a little look.
This one's at a side angle as well.
Have I done a really good? I've tipped it as well. I've done a great job of that one, haven't I? I'll move it in a second and you can have a little look. All right, so we'll just put some on. That does actually look really nice. Dad's going to have to drive
snow
carefully with this, isn't he? Yeah, posh snow. It's actually sticking to the Trex. Okay. And we'll just press them down into the sugar paste a little bit. Cool. Right, I'm going to pick my camera up. What I'm going to do is I'm going to come back onto this camera for a second. And then I'm going to hold this camera like this, she says, looking at it. I might take it out of its case because I'll probably drop it, so it's probably easier. There we go. I'll just cut myself off now. Here we go. Oh, the whiz, the technical knowledge here. Right, hold on. Let's get myself back on again. Right.
Wait, you've gone offline?
No, I've just knocked the camera out. That's fine. It'll be back on in a second. Right, here we go. Right, okay. Should we have a little tour? That'd be good, wouldn't it? Right, okay. Let's see what I can manage. I'm going to have to hold this camera, so it might be a bit wibbly wobbly, so just bear with me. Hold on. Right, there we go. Right, okay. Sorry, everybody. There we go. And I'm just going to pull that back. And you'll be able to see kind of like the whole tree with that cake there. That's not a bad view, is it? I think that's a pretty good view, including my curtains and everything else. But there you go. I think that gives you a pretty good view of the cake. I'm not going to spin it round because I'm holding this. All right, let go. Does that look okay? That looks okay, actually. Are you going to spin it?
Yeah, do you want me to?
Yeah, as long as I don't breathe. Go on then. Kelly's going to spin that turntable, but not quickly because I don't want bits falling off it. Right, go on then, Kel. There we go. I do like that Perel snow. I have to say that was a bit of a find, wasn't it? Okay, go. Lovely.
Are we there yet?
Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. And stop. Perfect. There we go. Can you press that other bit of camera for me up there? So on that screen, Kelly, so I don't have to move. Can you press that top left-hand picture? You're going to appear though. That's it. That takes me out of the camera. I'm holding this like this. I just want to give you the best view without me knocking everything over. Ah! It's quite difficult, you know. It's difficult to get it all in. Now I always take a photo anyway, so you can see what we've done, because sometimes when we're trying to show you on here and it's chaos as usual. I'll pick it up. Now I've just put that tree on, so I need to be careful I don't tip it. Right, let's turn it round and then you get a bit more of a view. There we go. How about that? You couldn't get much more Christmassy than that then, could you really? So Christmas tree with baubles, lots of gold. Actually, the gold's come out well, Kelly, hasn't it?
It looks really
Really
nice.
pleased with this one, actually. So there you go. So nice and straightforward, nothing too complicated. Lots of chocolate involved. Dusting the cake didn't take very long, did it? Chuck a few sprinkles here and there. Job done. I think that's pretty good, don't you? Right, I'm going to put that down for a second. Right, okay. What time is it? 8 o'clock. Gosh, I'm rolling through this today. Okay, so we are done. We are finished for this evening.
So Christmas.
Yeah, oh, it's Christmas. Well, almost Christmas. So thank you very much for joining me. For those of you that are going to see me in the new year, I will be on the Learning Hub. So if you are going to join me over there, my first Learning Hub is the 11th of January, and then I'll be on every other week. I think there's one in March where I'm doing 2 weeks together, but it's near enough every other week. Other than that, I am live in other places. So if you do want to have a look at that, Kelly will quickly put up a link. And if you go on there, you'll see a list of places that you'll be able to find me live other than on the hub. So if you haven't joined the hub and you want to watch me in other places, then just have a look on that link and you'll see exactly where it is. You coming in? She's coming to say goodbye. Come on, Kelly.
I don't know how I look.
Still got your coat on. What are you like? Anyway, here she is, my lovely daughter. So this is the lovely and glamorous Kelly. For those of you
Looking a bit.
You're fine. For those of you that haven't seen Kelly here before, she is my daughter. You're my youngest daughter, aren't you? She's lovely. She's also very clever and very good with her colours. And without you, yay! Kelly has some amazing ideas. We go and we have meetings, don't we, about cake and what we're going to do. So we do come on here and we make things up, but we do actually think about things, don't we?
Yeah, there is some theory behind the madness.
Yeah, there is some theory behind what we do. And without Kelly and all her amazing ideas and stuff and colours, this would be a very different place, I think. So thank you.
Thank you.
She's good.
Thank you.
She's a good girl. She's you've worked very hard this year, haven't you? Yeah. And I'm really
to another year.
That's it. So I'm very pleased to have Kelly on board helping me. And we don't see you very often on camera, do you? So I've managed to get her on today. So
that's a sight for the eyes.
So we'd like to wish everybody a very happy Christmas and Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas and a happy New Year.
Otherwise you run out of too many happies, and it's happy this, happy that.
You can't be that happy.
No, Merry Christmas and a happy New Year. There you go. So have a lovely Christmas, everybody. I will be live on Saturday. For those of you that follow me on Saturday, I will be live talking about my online school. So if anybody follows me on Saturday, I'll be live at 10 o'clock. Other than that, have a lovely Christmas.
Happy Christmas.
And we'll see you all next year. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.